SexyHackers.com.
Sexy Hackers Clothing presents a podcast where anything can happen, so long as somebody wrote it down in a book. Warning: do not read this book straight through from beginning to end. These pages contain many different adventures you may have as you discover the secrets of Terror Island. From time to time, as you read along, you will be asked to make decisions and choices. Your choices may lead to success or disaster. The adventures you have will be the result of your choices. After you make a choice, follow the instructions to see what happens to you next. Think carefully before you make a move. The dangers on Terror Island threaten the entire planet, and it may be up to you to save us from world destruction. Good luck.
SexyHackers.com.
Life is like a story with many paths to choose. I gotta get some good friends to help me make it through. So here's the plan, just take my hand, the adventure's just begun. And all we have to do is turn to page fun.
And welcome to Turn to Page Fun, the only podcast where I, your host, Nick Vera, read through a bunch of Choose Your Own Adventure books with a bunch of my funny friends. An idea that was so great, I immediately stole it from my partner and froze her out of the production process. With me today, we are reading A Terror Island by Tony Kolz. Copyright, where's the copyright? Copyright 1986.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, someone's excited for 1986. Our engineer Dave is excited for 1986.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a certain year somebody was born?
The year I was born. I was in like third grade.
Yeah, I was.
K4?
I was 4. Yeah.
That wasn't a thing when I was a kid, though.
Babies.
Yeah. We're
Thanks for Andrew P. for throwing this into a box and ending up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes, Andrew P. is Andrew Potier. There's a phone number to reclaim this book. I will not read it out loud.
Andrew, if you're listening.
Andrew, I will be calling you. Quick tip, though, Andrew. You might want to put in your area code. First, because I have no idea what part of this country or another you may be in.
That's the next part of fun.
Yeah.
Like, how many area codes do you know?
It's actually going to be the last chapter is us just attempting to call.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, this is a very special episode of Turn to Page Fun where we go on the road looking for Andrew Potier. With me this week, over to my left, I have a comedian, actress, improviser, and dog rescuer.
Yeah.
Miss Laura Holterman. How you doing?
I was like, am I an improviser? I'm not sure.
Sure, you improvise
this when I'm
things.
supposed to talk? Oh, this is when I talk.
This is improvised.
Yeah. Yes, I am. A little bit. I'm good, Nick. It's been a really lovely day. How are you? Oh, I caught you mid-swallow.
I was drinking my drink. I am doing just okay because I'm just getting over a cold. So excited, be excited, everybody who's watching me, because things might come out of my face. Over on my right, I have a musician, comedian, improviser, and writer, Mr. Brian Bear.
Oh, it is me. Okay, I was surprised there. Drew it out. Yeah.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm excited because I just booked a vacation. It's to a place called Terror Island. I'm not sure what to expect.
Oh, no.
Why would you name the Terror Island? Why would you go there?
Well, we're going to plan out your vacation right
I guess.
Just maybe it's really, really nice there, and people want to keep it a secret.
Oh, that could be. That could be.
Iceland, Greenland.
Yeah.
Thing.
Right.
Yeah, no,
there
you
we
want to go to Greenland. That's really nice over there. There's a reason we call it Greenland. It's because we don't want you here.
Please go. You should go to Paradise Coast of somewhere. Yeah.
And then
No,
finally, we have a special guest with us this week. You may know him from, or recognize him from Pass Me a Beer, star of the silver screen, in a new movie making the rounds called The Field, and also one of the newer members of the Red Letter Media on the YouTube, Mr. Tim Higgins.
Hi.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, how is everybody?
Good.
Doing great.
Better
Awesome.
now that you're here.
I'm happy to be here. This is nice.
Right? It's such a nice
Microphones
studio.
are nice. I didn't expect it to be this nice.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was going to be in the basement.
Yeah,
Someone's house.
talking into a tin can.
Yeah.
I'm going to Nick's basement and talking to a tin can.
This is the common area of my apartment complex. We only have until here, then we got to get out.
And a Magic the Gathering tournament is coming in.
Coming in, and all right, just ignore the sound of that foosball happening in the background.
Foosballs can get vicious. I've been there.
Air hockey.
Fingertip.
Yeah.
So you are in a film called The Field.
Yes, I am. It just came out a couple months ago. I think late September. It is it spans many different genres. Some people have called it a horror film, where if you think it's like horror film, I'm going to watch that, and then you'll watch it thinking it's a horror film, and then you'll be like, this is a bunch of crap. So it's not a horror film. It's more of a suspense thriller, love story, multi-dimensional, fantasy farm.
So it would be a supernatural family drama thriller.
Yeah,
Soup
planning
fam-
a family drama thriller. There ain't no family in it.
Well, two people are a family
It is
if they choose to be. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's so pleasant way to think of it that way.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of families, we're going to see what kind of family we have in this book. As I make an awkward transition.
My guess is none. Our parents are either abandoned us or on vacation somewhere.
That
'Cause
seems to be the theme.
if we're a child.
Yep.
As we dive in to see what is in store for us on Terror Island. You're sailing through the Bly Islands on the 40-foot ketch Starbuck with Bill Sutherland, your father's close friend.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Already.
Where's your father?
Yep. Welcome to Tease Books.
It already begins. The
Cabana boy.
The Blys are a chain of islands that sprawl across the corner of the Pacific just north of New Guinea and just south of the equator. Few people live on them, and those that do keep to themselves. In fact, Bill was warned that the natives can be downright unfriendly. He claims that some of the islanders have been known to roast visitors for dinner.
I thought he meant like roast them, like get them up on a stage.
This lady from Wisconsin's here. How's the cheese?
Their chief is Don Rickles.
Hockey puck?
You don't quite believe him, though. So far, it's been a long, easy cruise with plenty of time to swim, scuba dive, fish, and explore the lush, exotic islands. The Starbuck carries an unusual load of electronic gear. Bill has explained that it is needed for safety. Again, you don't really believe him.
Okay.
Cool.
Both your father and Bill work for a government agency that they refuse to name. You suspect that they work for an organization like the CIA, and that the electronic equipment Starbuck carries is used to find out what other people want to keep secret.
I think you can tell your family if you're in the CIA, right?
You really can't for their
No?
safety?
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you're like an analyst or something.
Or-
But if you're a spy,
Or your father and his brother are henchmen for a supervillain.
And
'Cause
they
you wouldn't
say
know.
that they're part of the CIA. Yeah.
yeah. They also tell you that they're in the import-export business.
Yeah, sure. Legitimate businessmen.
Legitimate businessman. Yeah, I work for the legitimate business. For the last 2 days, the Starbuck has been sailing off the coast of Bounty, the largest of the Blys. And it hasn't been much fun. Bill has spent all his time with his equipment, safety, and he has ordered you to stay on the boat. Boring. You spent your time basking on the deck and reading. From time to time, you stare at the dark plume of smoke rising above the volcano that towers thousands of feet above the island.
Mount Doom. That's
You don't know much about volcanoes, but you're sure that this one is dangerous.
Because
I
of
don't
the
know
darkness.
anything,
And the smoke. And
but sure.
On the second night, you're anchored off Bounty. A storm rises. You've ridden out other storms on this trip, but none of them have been as fierce as this one. Though you want to help him, Bill orders you to stay below and catch some sleep. just sleep through the storm.
It's fine, kid.
No, the
Here,
terror.
have some of this medicine. Do, 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 do. But the screaming winds and the crashing waves toss and shake the little boat, making sleep impossible. You put on your clothes and climb up on deck.
Wait, what?
You put on your clothes and climb up on deck. Bill
on.
also apparently orders you to sleep naked at all times.
Yep,
you
just
could just
confirming.
be in your underoos.
You can
I
be
mean,
naked below deck, but up
That's right. Up top.
on deck, we don't want to be seen like that.
Oh, boy.
You put on your clothes and climb up on deck. Bill looks worried because you put your clothes on. What are you doing not naked?
You listen to me. This does not bode well.
I try so hard not to bring Law and Order SVU into every show that I'm on, but I'm sorry, in the
it's
background
weird.
is like dun 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 dun. All right.
The storm is worsening. Streaks of lightning spotlight the island's barrier reef. It's close. Much too close. This is a rough one, Bill shouts above the noise, the wind, and the waves. But Starbucks' sturdy old tub will do just fine. That's when the explosion hits. A mine! Bill screams.
Water
mime?
mines.
A mine.
Mine. Yeah.
We must have struck an Omicron mine. You don't have a chance to ask what an Omicron is, because at that moment, the boat lurches and staggers and crashes into the reef.
Oh, it's drunk.
You are flung out above the coral.
Oh,
Then you plunge deep into the surging water of the lagoon.
died
Sliced
already.
up by that coral.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
If you want not to die.
You struggle, fighting your way toward what you hope is the surface. Finally, your hand feels air. Your face breaks above the water, and you can breathe. The waves lash your eyes and cheeks, but now you know you have a chance. If only you can find something to hold on to, something that will support you. You swivel your head around. The boat is about 30 feet away, pinned between two coral crags. Several hundred yards in the other direction, the volcano looms ominously.
I would not worry about the volcano right now.
Yeah.
Then you come upon what you're searching for, a large piece of wood, probably a spar from the boat. You cling to it, gratefully to be floating. Only a few feet away in arm waves, but very weakly. It's Bill. You kick yourself and the spar over to him, and he grabs it. He's been hurt and obviously needs help, so you reach over and clutch his shirt. He's losing consciousness, you can tell, but he still can manage a few chilling words. Stop! Omicron, he whispers. They want to take over everything. Remember, stop the Omicron masters.
Also, delete my hard drive.
There's a lot of pictures of you. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
No.
We'll just not
He
go.
did. It's not
man is
Bill's
dying.
fault that the kid was basking all the time reading books. You should have been wary of old Bill with his electronics.
You were right. Tell your parents you were right.
Then he's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
You look around again. You can probably make it to the boat with Bill, you tell yourself. But what if the storm breaks up the Starbuck? Maybe you and Bill should try to make shore. Then again, the shore is a long way off, and Bill isn't going to be doing much swimming. If you try to reach shore, turn to page 30. If you try to swim to the boat, turn to page 18.
I do not know what the maritime protocol is for this.
The boat is closer.
The boat is closer.
Bill is no help.
Right.
So, but
I need some tidal information. What are the tides doing right now? Is there a current?
I don't know. All I know is that Omicron Group apparently has decided to put mines right next to a coral reef because I guess the coral reef wasn't going to be enough to keep ships away.
Yeah. So maybe they're the evil organization, and we're actually the good guys trying to stop them for once.
That's a nice
Well,
change.
that's what Bill says, but then again, we can't really trust Bill.
Yeah, Omicron could be like a beneficial organization.
Typically,
Right.
the waves are going to carry you into the shore. If you're swimming out, that's usually harder.
Yeah.
But you don't know where these mines are going to be. You're swimming blind into the mines. Maybe if
Over
you go
them.
back to the boat, you'll have a
Right. Yeah.
mine finder.
Oh, true. From your super
Detector.
expensive electronic equipment.
I mean,
Yeah.
who
That is
knows?
not
If
just-
they've got mines, they could have sharks, trained sharks, Omicron sharks
with lasers on their head.
with lasers on their heads.
And you know what? F Bill for not saying anything
Yeah,
about
come on.
Omicron. I mean, you can't be, it's just like, oh, I'm almost dead, but kid.
By the way,
Also, why are you on this trip? without your parents? If your dad is like a CIA like actual operative, and his best friend Bill is like a real life actual operative. Why are you the cover?
maybe.
Bad night of
Well, they're not
poker.
going to believe that I'm going around the world in a boat on my own. Let's bring my friend's kid.
I think Bill just had a really good hand in poker. And,
Yep.
and the child,
I mean-
I gave you my wedding ring already. You can have my child.
You can
Done.
have for a vacation.
flush.
It's fine.
He loves basking and reading on boats.
If pieces of the boat are coming off it for us to cling to, I feel like that's a good sign we should not go on the boat.
True.
Maybe if it's gonna be dashed to bits. So I say we go for the shore.
Sure.
I concur. For
Sure.
sure.
Okay.
For
All right.
sure.
So we're going to go ahead and swim to the shore after this quick word from our sponsors.
SexyHackers.com.
Today's episode of Turn to Page Fun is brought to you by the Omicron Corporation. Do you have a secret island headquarters? Are you sick of unnamed governmental organizations trying to sneak their way in? Then get help with the Omicron Corporation, now featuring Omicron mines, the finest mines to keep enemy boats away. Maybe you'll blow up a kid who's also on the boat for no good reason. That's just how it goes with Omicron Mines, a division of Omicron Corp.
SexyHackers.com.
And we're back to Turn to Page Fun. We are currently reading Terror Island by Tony Kolz. And so far, you have been on vacation with your father's friend, Bill, who works with your father and an unnamed government organization, but they say they don't, but you're pretty sure they do. And so your father let you go on his boat around the world alone. And the boat strikes a mine outside this volcanic island in the Bly chain of islands south of New Guinea. And you are now floating on a piece of wood in the water with your unconscious caretaker, I guess.
Yes. Now,
A chaperone,
Bill
Bill.
is a leathery, heavily tanned man who has a
Picturing-
handkerchief tied around his neck. And a deep V'd flower shirt.
Real deep.
Are we his little buddy today?
Even though he's in the water, his chest hair still
okay.
glistens.
It's more of
oily.
Yeah.
Like
He's an old
just to give
salt.
you- oh,
Oh,
He's
it's
an
the
old
white
something
tennis
salty.
shorts. Yeah.
Did he tell you a
yeah.
story about how when he was on the Indianapolis?
he loves
the USS
Martina.
Indianapolis.
Exactly. When the sharks black like a doll's eyes until they bite into you and they roll over white. So that's Bill. He's unconscious, and we've decided to rather go back than go back to the sinking ship. We've decided to swim to shore. Somehow or other, you reach the shore. More because the waves carry you and Bill there than through your own efforts.
Nice.
There's no beach here, only a high black wall of cliffs.
They did not mention that. They said shore. It's like,
Yeah. Well, it's shore of a kind.
But fortunately,
okay.
the surf drags you into a cave hollowed out by the sea.
Nice.
There's a ledge a couple of feet above the water.
There we go.
You lift first Bill, then yourself onto it.
How strong
You
are
are
you?
an unbelievably strong child.
Strength of adrenaline.
How old are we?
I do not know how old we are. We are our age. Well, there is a picture of you on the first page. It looks like you have
Like 13.
yeah, you are an adolescent, and you are reading a stack of magazines with either a suntan bottle or a small bottle of liquor next to you.
Yes.
Honestly, with
both.
Bill, it could be either.
So yeah, you
You
are.
somehow have super strength. It's probably because of those funny vitamins your parents give you. My headcanon is now that you were a secret government project who's like a super soldier.
Oh, you might be a robot.
Yeah. Or a robot. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Clearly you are because you have the strength of 10
Just
gorillas right
lifted
now.
an unconscious, fully grown adult man out
Yes.
of the water
Yeah,
onto a
sure.
ledge.
An unconscious, fully grown, decidedly Charlton Heston type man.
Yes.
Up out of the water.
Right.
Next, you collapse into sleep. When you wake, it is morning. Lifting your head, you can see blue sky and calm seas outside the cave mouth.
Well, that's convenient.
Behind you, in the dark at the back of the cave, stones rattle. The clatter grows louder. Is it Bill, you wonder? You glance over to where you left him. No, he's still sleeping.
Oh,
Something-
Yes, Bill.
Something shuffles towards you along the cave floor. Wild animals. That would be all you need.
the worst thing.
But it's a man who emerges from the shadows.
Oh, good.
Bill, you whisper urgently. Wake up, Bill. Bill stirs a little. Bill, please, somebody's coming. At that, he opens his eyes and looks alert. But when he tries to sit up, he winces. Nuts, he mutters. You're on my nuts. No.
He pulled me up to shore by my nuts.
That old sailor's curse. Nuts.
Nuts, he mutters. I'm allergic. Tree nuts and peanuts. Omicron is onto us already. You turn to face the stranger, who's only a few feet away now. He is an immense-bellied, flabby-faced man in an old, rumpled gray suit. A wide-brimmed hat of more or less the same color, a white shirt, stained with grease, and an unknotted tie.
Dr. Moreau?
Yeah, he's Dr.
Like
Moreau.
Kingpin?
He wipes at his sweaty face with one handkerchief that's almost as big as a bath towel.
Wow.
Okay.
He
In a
pulls it
cave.
out of his sleeve like a magician.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is my hanky. And it's
Very
and
sweaty.
it's saturated. It's
This is the tropics.
bath towel sized hanky.
Bill groans as he recognizes the man. Oh no! Viktorov!
Viktorov.
He doesn't share.
Viktorov.
Yes, this is I, Viktorov, says the man with a wide smile. Arkady Semonovich Viktorov, for KGB Colonel. Greetings, comrade Bill Sutherland, and welcome. How did you get here? Bill asks. And how did you find us? I have electronics that hear your electronics, da. And then I see your little boat strike Omicron mine in the storm. And in the morning I climb down chimney and mountain like Father Christmas to this cave.
Oh,
Very hard climb. He's wheezing now. Maybe 500 meters, but I want to see you. We have worked together many times before. It would be good to work with you again. Viktorov, Bill says. You know that's not true. We've worked against each other many times before. It's true, Viktorov says sadly, with a little flutter of his hands. But still now we must work together, comrade Bill, for the sake of both our peoples. Okay? Keep talking. Okay, but first please introduce your companion. Bill.
Cute little boy you have here, half naked.
which is kind of weird. I mean, even for me. I
You didn't tell me you had a son? Oh, he's not mine. Well, he's mine now.
Bill Sutherland.
Bill tells him who you are. Ah, good, Viktorov says warmly. I am honored. I know well your father. He have worked together often. Bill gives him a cold look. So, you are here on this island looking for a Omicron, yet? And so maybe you hope to do something about Omicron? Maybe put stop to them? I wish these too. What is Omicron, you ask? Capitalist corporation, Viktorov says. Filthy evil like all capitalist corporations, but worse. Much, much worse.
Is he wrong?
No, he's not wrong. That's partly true, Bill adds, interrupting, and again winces from pain. Omicron's a big company that's into computers, space exploration, electronics, all very high tech. But it's not like the big corporations we know. Omicron is more like the Nazis and Hitler. They want to take over the world, and this island is the base they want to start from. Oh, that sounds scary, you say. Aye, Viktorov, KGB Colonel. I'm scared too, Viktorov says.
That's impossible. I am afraid.
Like, it's got to be really scary if this fat KGB Colonel is terrified.
Even security hanky, sweat towel is not enough to comfort.
I fear their leader, Elon Musk. He cannot be stopped.
And I will tell you more. Omicron now does mind control. Do you understand? They put helmets on people. Helmets receive electronic signals. Signals tell people with helmets what to do. People become slaves. You can't glance at Bill, who nods grimly.
You mean like AirPods?
Wait.
Is that what he's talking about?
Or Oculus? It's the Oculus Corporation?
So, like,
oh, man.
Omicron also does genetic engineering.
Of course they do.
Viktorov continues. They change genes and DNA, make new creatures. Some of them are monsters. Omicron puts helmets on some of these. They make slave armies of animals and monsters. It's terrible, duh? You help me, Comrade Bill. We stop them together. I have way back to Marcus, leader of Omicron Masters, where he is weak. Come with me, Comrade Bill. Afraid I can't, he says. You can see he's in great pain. Something's very wrong with my hip, he continues.
bursitis.
My replacement hip.
horseback riding injury. Yeah.
And some other things are out of whack, too. I'll live, but I'm not much of any use.
Feels like someone grabbed me by the balls and just hauled me up onto the shore.
I understand, Viktorov says sadly. Tell me about this man Marcus, Bill says. We know nothing at all about him. We know no more. Very mysterious guy is this one. Very suspicious. It's a very unhappy thing that you are wounded, he says to Bill. You are one of the best. But then he brightens and points at you. Comrade!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Me? You say, da, you will come with me. You look at Bill, but he does not look back. His pain seems to be all he is aware of. Maybe you should go with Viktorov. On the other hand, it might make more sense to stay and take care of Bill. Then find out what his plans are. If you decide to work with Viktorov, turn to page 14. If you decide to stay with Bill, turn to page 24.
Man, F Bill.
Yeah, Bill's the one who got us into
My
this.
hip hurts. My balls. And you being handed off to strange men that your father knew.
Yeah.
Going with
Viktorov?
Par for the course.
Yeah. So
I
you'd be
mean-
like, yeah, man, let's do it.
We're going to be a winter soldier. It's going to be great.
You gotta put this helmet on. Wait a minute.
mean, really, our options are between a sweaty, greasy Russian and a pedophile.
A fat,
Yeah.
greasy Russian.
And a
And a
guy
pedophile.
who should not.
Or maybe possibly also a pedophile.
yeah.
Because he doesn't
True.
seem to have a problem with this small child
That
tracking
is-
across.
You will be
Omicron
an asset.
Epstein, I see you over there.
Oh, Marcus.
Yeah,
His name's
86.
Marcus.
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 Marcus
Epstein.
Bezos. No, wait, what?
Marcus Epstein.
Marcus Epstein Bezos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's-
it's gonna be a fun, problematic episode. I want to go with Viktorov because that just seems I'm kind of done with Bill.
As do I. I want to steal one of those helmets.
Yeah, and put it on puppies and make a puppy army
No, but now, yes.
just to talk to them. I don't want to control them. I just want to like talk with them.
Talk with the
army.
animals and
Right.
walk with the animals.
Walk with the animals. Just do little all day.
Go to war with your animals.
Go to war with the enemy.
Your animals.
Ant-Man.
Train your animals to fight and find mines.
Pokemon.
Oh.
That's all it is. It's just animal fighting.
Bulbasaur, I choose you.
But what if Bill is just like, oh yeah, I can't go my hip. Oh, it's like, then I will leave you here. Come with me, little boy. No, I'm gonna stay with Bill. And he's like, suit yourself. More towel for me. And then once
Oh, it's like
he
a
leaves, then Bill's like, I have ibuprofen. I'll be fine.
be fine.
Right.
Oh,
So-
maybe he's faking it and trying to.
just
Oh,
like,
Way.
think
don't
Bill's
want to
faking
hang
it
around
to,
with Viktorov, man.
to avoid Viktorov because he's
Doesn't
fat
share.
and
Doesn't
and
wanna
sweaty,
work with
doesn't share
him.
his giant towel, and says a lot of exposition.
yeah, that's true.
And you know,
So you're thinking we stay with
man,
Bill?
but then again, it's like the rumbling happened and stuff like that. The
the
rumbling
other
happened, so like
One out of that cave.
leave
Yeah.
now. Bill dies.
Well, come on, dude. Like already, there's. I mean, he's
Bill
got
knew
a
the
hip
risk.
problem, and then also there's some other stuff that's out of whack.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And
But
Bill,
he'll live.
Bill knew the risk. Bill knew the risk, and he brought us here anyway. Thanks for that, Bill. So, what's our call here?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm voting Viktorov.
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 Going Viktorov.
Viktorov.
Viktorov?
Let's do
I-
Viktorov.
We can always
I'll-
we
I
can
will
always
go
go
along.
back later.
We can always go back.
Yep.
Should
Yeah.
we
Yes.
Overs.
meet
That's
our
the
untimely end?
You
That's
didn't
the
tell
best
me
part.
this.
Yeah. We're time
Get it
lords.
Oh,
We can
great.
just mess around that way.
All right. So we're gonna find out what happens when we go off with KGB Colonel Viktorov after this quick word from our sponsors.
SexyHackers.com.
This episode of Turn to Pay Fun brought to you by Big Sweaty Hankies. That's right, Big Sweaty Hankies. You're a big man with a big sweat. A big man with a big sweat needs a big hanky. Not just a regular small portrait size hanky. Not even a dish towel size hanky. No. You're a big man that needs a big beach towel size hanky. One that doesn't even absorb the sweat, but just kind of sops it up. So you get to keep that musk on you all day and all night. Because a big sweaty man needs a big sweaty musk. So come on down and purchase your big sweaty man's big sweaty hanky and feel like the big sweaty man you always wanted to be. Big Sweaty Hanky, a division of Ampersand Corporation.
SexyHackers.com.
And we are back to Turn to Page Fun. We are currently reading Terror Island, and written by Tony Kolz. And we have washed ashore after a shipwreck onto Terror Island after we were allowed to go with our father's friend Bill Sutherland on across the sea
Probably not his name. I'm
Probably
thinking it's
not
not his
his
real
name.
name.
Yeah, absolutely.
on a vacation for just the two of you, where he was doing secret agent stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll call it that.
He was injured in the shipwreck. You come across his KGB counterpart, which is a fat Russian man.
Big old sweaty Russian.
Is that a picture? of him
Yes,
right there?
there's a
This is
picture
it's pretty amazing.
of this fat Russian man.
Yeah. So we can show them.
You want to
Yeah.
give him that
Show them
man?
up here.
There's a fat Russian man. I don't know what exactly is happening in that picture. That's something that's happening in the future.
Agriculture.
Okay.
But it looks like he has a can of Mountain Dew as well, and
Brimmed hats
his
there?
brimmed, rumpled hat, and not nearly as fat though as
sweaty.
the description gave him, but
Could be a perspective
Yeah.
foreshortening kind of thing.
he definitely looks like your grandmother instead of a KGB agent.
All right.
And so we've decided to go along with him and leave Bill, who's a big whiner, alone with his injuries in a cave. Okay, Mr. Viktorov, you say. I'll help you. But I'm worried about Bill. He looks hurt bad, Viktorov says. But it is best for him, I think.
It's fine.
For us to try to do something about Omicron menace. Or else we'll all be in worse soup than him, yet? I suppose so, you say. So what can we do? Try to make comfortable your friend, Victor says.
Uh-oh.
Then we climb back up chimney.
Give him special injection. He sleep for a long time.
Do
At
not try to
nightfall, we meet Carlos. This man is an Omicron master who has become my agent. He works for me against other masters. Maybe. You don't trust him? I trust nobody.
A lonely life.
But I can use this one. He is director of security for Omicron. Sort of like chief of their FBI. You nod, filing away this information. And with Viktorov's help, you ease Bill into a fairly comfortable position. Then you and the Russian climb up the chimney into the mountains. By late that night, you're in a large, formal garden that surrounds the mansion where the Omicron masters live. Okay, so we were to believe that this giant fat man can climb 1,000 meters up and down in a day.
Oh, he's definitely part robot.
He is part robot. You are both robots.
Right.
We also all believe that as children, that a fat man went up and down our chimney with no problems
That's true.
all the time.
Well, he was magic.
That fat man was
Viktorov
magic.
touched his nose.
And winked. And he just
We
went-
take my sleigh with the reindeer.
and we somehow think this fat, greasy Russian is not also magic?
It's possible.
Or he is possibly also Santa.
I'm
All
pretty
right,
sure
headcanon.
yes.
Done.
Viktorov is secretly Santa.
Russian Santa.
Because what is more communist than giving away free toys at Christmas? For
Wearing red.
Ooh, I'd find a way to turn this into a holiday
wearing
episode.
red?
Red.
Yeah.
God.
So that's just a word for all you libertarians out there. Santa Claus is a communist.
Yep. And he sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake.
That's communist right there.
You know what? I'm just going to put this on a list. It'll be easier to remember.
Who's
Just
not?
me.
He's got a list. Things aren't looking good for Santa right. All right, you nod, filing away this information.
In your robot brain.
With Viktorov's help, you ease Bill into a fairly comfortable position. Oh yeah, and then they go up to the
Garden or
up
something?
to the garden where
My
the Omicron
perennials are waiting. Must plant bulbs.
you're in the garden of the mansion that they live in on this island.
Yes.
Viktorov bends over, searching for something behind a marble bench. Ah, good, he whispers. It is here.
My spare key.
He proudly displays an empty can of ginger ale.
Oh.
This is signed Carlos, live for me if everything is okay. He crumples up the can and returns it to its place behind the bench. This is called tradecraft, he says. Spies leave messages this way for other spies. Now we hide and wait.
And you've been recruited.
I crumple can, which shows that there is a crumpled man in cave down the chimney.
Yes.
And hope that no one walks by and recycles.
Then we put in recycling because it's important.
This is 1986.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
That's true.
That's right.
Viktorov shuffles behind a group of bushes and sits down heavily on the ground. You follow him. Before long, you hear a rustle in the garden, not far from where you and Viktorov are hiding.
Is it Russell?
Viktorov raises a hand in warning. Keep very still, he murmurs. Then another man's voice calls. Red October? Good, Viktorov whispers. That is code word. Now I answer, he calls out. Finland Station! Then he lurches to his feet and proceeds towards Carlos.
We like American movies for our code names.
Carlos turns out to be a wiry, sharp-featured little man with hair slicked back over his head and a pencil-thin mustache. Okay.
I can eat no fat. I can eat no lean. That is how we get along so well.
Hello, Arcady, my friend, he says in a high-pitched voice. And who is this you brought with you?
Yeah.
This is my new colleague, Viktorov says. Very smart and reliable person.
He does not know that.
But I met
He knows
6
nothing
minutes
about you.
ago.
Delighted to have you aboard, Carlos says. Now you do business, Viktorov says. You claim to know this man Marcos' weakness. I want to know that. It's simple. Marcus is not easy to approach. He is exceedingly suspicious, and his defenses are superb. Few even know where in the mansion he keeps his apartments. How big is this mansion?
Multiple
big enough.
apartments.
How many jumbo jets do you think this mansion can fit?
At least a fleet. It's got to be a fleet.
Not sure. Bezos, how many do you have?
He's watching.
mean-
Yes.
But he does have a weakness, Carlos continues.
With the boys.
Little boys. No, we don't want to keep. Why does this book keep taking us to places?
Or fire. A lot of things are weak to fire.
Everything is weak to
Everything is weak to fire.
Simple fire.
Simple fire.
Marcus has a mother who is old and infirm.
We're going to kill her.
Most of the time she spends in bed. Marcus is amazingly attached to the old lady. You know, because she's his mother.
Yeah.
So if somebody could take her hostage, Marcus would do that person's bidding like a well-trained spaniel.
Oh, she's going to be sassy. I just know it.
And you want us to kidnap her? Viktorov sounds cautious. Why, yes. That's more or less what I have in mind. Actually, your friend need not go with you. It is risky, after all. Then Carlos addresses you. Please, if you'd like, stay with me. I imagine you're very hungry. Viktorov turns to you. It's up to you, he says. If you decide to attempt to take Marcus's mother hostage, turn to page 31. If you would rather play it safe and stay with Carlos.
If you'd rather get a snack.
Yeah, I mean, I got to admit, a sandwich sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, whoever says no to a snack, but
Yeah.
If you would rather play it safe and stay with Carlos, turn to page 82.
is that safe?
Is that safer? You just keep on getting passed around from adult man to adult.
Yeah, but it's like it seems to be working out. So I mean, you always bet black until you lose.
Any kind
Don't
of-
just switch it up.
Operatives, you'd think they'd be like, oh, this completely untested child? Yeah, I'll bring him with us on our mission. This could be great.
I mean,
He
I've
won't get
known
us
him for
killed.
6 minutes. He's
Right.
pretty smart and reliable.
Yeah, he
that whole
hasn't-
6 minutes, he has not let me down.
He didn't even pee himself once in terror, so he must be brave.
Right? Well, I did see him climb up that chimney.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
I do want to meet
I wanna
Mrs.
meet
Marcus,
this
though.
mom.
and
Yeah.
Just
You
have
wanna,
a
so you want to kidnap an old lady?
driving
Let's
Miss
kidnap
Marcus.
some old
Let's-
lady.
Driving
All right, let's
Mrs.
go
Marcus.
Kidnap some old
Yeah,
lady.
let's get her.
Kidnap a lady.
But don't throw her from the train.
right. I really just want to hear Nick do an old lady voice to add to his collection.
And she has to be very sassy.
Oh, all right.
Try-
Yeah,
you try and
I'm
take
not
her
even going to win on this.
butterscotches?
I don't like the wordage though. It's like attempt. To
Yeah,
kidnap this old lady.
I don't
It's
think
like
it's
so
going
the
to go
book is
well.
like,
I just want to meet her and then have it go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go kidnap this old lady.
Kidnap the lady.
I think I'd rather go with Mr. Viktorov, you say. We'll try to kidnap Marcus's mother. Yes, Viktorov agrees. I think maybe good idea. So let's go. What do we do, Carlos? I will show you to the rooms where Marcus' mother lives. You will take her, and I will give Marcus an ultimatum he cannot refuse.
What's his angle here?
I don't know. Okay, Viktorov says. Carlos leads you through the mansion's darkened hall to the upstairs. Go into that room, Carlos says, pointing. You open the door. It is nearly dark inside. In the dim light, you can make out that you are in some sort of office. Come in, a deep voice says.
That doesn't sound like an old lady.
You notice a tall man standing off to one side of a wide bay window.
We've been betrayed.
He stands very erect, wearing a military uniform and a holster for a pistol. The pistol, at this moment, is pointing at you and Viktorov. Ah, Viktorov, he says. I thought you would take the bait, and you brought a friend. Lovely. As you may have guessed, I am Marcus. Viktorov tries to speak, but Marcus silences him with the wave of the pistol. I'm not interested in what you have to say, or in you, except to see you removed. Then a wolfish grin spreads across his face. I have a very special way to do that. Good night, my friend.
He shoots him.
Yeah.
Very special.
Can we shoot? Oh.
Suddenly, the floor opens up,
Of course.
and you are hurtled downward.
Oh, no.
You crash into a floodlit pool teeming with yellow and black banded snakes.
Snakes.
Why does it have to be snakes?
You feel your gut tighten as you realize the vertical paddle tails the snakes use for swimming. They are sea snakes,
Ooh, very bad. Very bad.
closely related to cobras. You look up. Marcus and Carlos stare down at you with frigid smiles on their faces. The end.
Oh, I can't even talk to the animals. If only you would have found those mind control.
If only you found those mind control helmets. Yeah.
Whipped out 15
So-
teeny tiny snake helmets.
So never
So-
trust people.
Just go along with strangers.
Yeah.
Especially if they say, why don't you come with me, little kid? You got a sandwich. Or do you want to go kidnap an old lady? Go get that sandwich.
Get that
Well,
sandwich.
get that sandwich.
But
Always.
clearly he would have betrayed us anyway if we had gone for the sandwich.
He probably would have killed
Poison.
us.
He probably would have
Snake sandwich.
He would have killed Colonel. What's his face?
Colonel Viktorov, KGB Colonel.
Right. He would have been
Viktorov.
killed already, and we would have maybe the sandwich would have been poisoned.
I'm confused with how huge this mansion is, and
Yeah, and no
Omicron,
one-
and there is not anything
There's
around.
No one else.
None of those like animals under control.
Right.
Nobody, like at the doors. You can
No-
just walk from the garden into the mansion.
No
Well,
guards.
it was a trap.
Security.
Right.
Yeah. He let
We
them
didn't even
in.
like get to dress up as janitors or something and try to awkwardly,
That's true. Viktorov wasn't suspicious of that.
Mm.
Like,
Carlos,
Really
you usually offer crazy costumes. Why don't
It's different this time.
Who knows?
Does he even have a mother? Now I'm just all aflutter.
Well, everybody has a mother.
I mean, who's still alive? Is there this
Oh,
mother
yeah.
that was described that he's devoted to?
No, probably not. It's probably all just
Oh, it's just
like that's how twisted their minds are. It's
Yeah.
like, well, how can we pretend you have a weakness? I get it. We'll lure them in by trying to kidnap your elderly grandmother. They're
Yes.
sure to fall for that old chestnut.
To be fair, we did.
we did.
We did. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that is definitely one way Terror Island can end for you. But come back next week to find out what other adventures are in store in this wonderful book by Tony Kolz. and we will see what happens then. With me this week was big thank you to Miss Laura Holterman. Yay. It's December. What's up with you? What are you doing? Anything?
December. We have a show. But I don't know the date yet. There's a stage reading.
Yes.
Of Star Wars War, Merry Sithmas.
Yes. Yes. Variety Hour, Happy Hours, parody Star Wars Christmas show will be happening in the Milwaukee area at some point in time
In December.
this month.
And then I'll be playing with Boozy Bard Productions for their improvised Drunken Christmas Carol.
Yes.
Very
That's
fun.
also a very, very fun
There's
project.
5 dates available, and I don't remember which ones I signed up for. So just show up to all of them.
Yeah. Both of those can be found on Facebook because we are all boomers. Thank you so much to Mr. Brian Bayer. Brian, are you doing anything out extra from what we just described?
I maybe another potential thing. I think their fundraiser will be over by then, but Ampersand Theater may be open by then and may be doing a holiday show. Ooh. So keep track of that because I think in the new year they're going to be they're planning to open up their new theater space, and that's going to be fun. I do a lot of stuff with them. So
and that'll be the old 10th Street Theater space in Milwaukee, and the church on 10th Street, just south of or just on Wisconsin.
Yeah,
just east of the highway.
Yes. Also, check out No Dice on both YouTube and Twitch every week, 7:30 p.m. You can watch us play silly role-playing Dungeons & Dragons, but not really, but kind of, with no dice. Yeah,
A little.
that thing.
Great. Tim, it is December. Is there anything that people can see you live?
Yeah, I have a midnight show every Saturday at midnight at the Comedy Sports Building. It's
Awesome.
420 South 1st Street. Also, I am a part of a show called Voyager, which happens the second Tuesday of each month, and that is in the basement, or like the moon room of Landmark Lanes on the east side of Milwaukee. And also Deep Space.
Yes.
Deep Space is like the sister show of Voyager. It's stand-up and improv working together. And that might be in a new space called The Laughing Tap.
Oh,
which
yeah,
will be opening later December as well.
Wow, lots of things opening
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
That's fast.
2020 is a year of new
very
venues.
fast.
Yeah.
Very fast,
Exciting.
very venued.
Yes, awesome. Great. Well, thanks for stopping in. Thank you so much to Sexy Hackers for giving us this wonderful, wonderful space.
It's very nice.
I know, it's so nice. And these comfy chairs and these awesome professional mics. Thank you to David, our engineer. Yeah, he's doing great. Hey, he was born in 1986.
In the corner.
And he wasn't even supposed to be here today. And please, when you get a chance, if you have a chance, go over to the Sexy Hackers website and buy yourself a T-shirt. They're oh so comfortable and efficacious. And then finally, thank you so much to you for being you, listening to us read to you. And with that, I will see you next week through your ears. Bye.
See you next Monday.
SexyHackers.com Stream Team!